Everybody, hope y'all are having a great day. I know I am. The Texas Longhorns just walked away with a big W in the SEC. Gotta love another day with that. We beat the Florida Gators 49-17. Now, the score it seems a little bit closer than it was. I mean, like that's just an ass kicking no matter what. Pardon my language. But number two, when you're talking about 35 to nothing at the half, and we might have even been able to go 42 to nothing at the half. It like Steve Sarkisian, he's not one that's ever really gonna score 35 points after he scored 35 points in the first half. He's not gonna do it in the second half. He doesn't like to run up the score, so it is what it is. But the Texas Longhorns absolutely dominated the Florida Gators. There was just no shot at them winning this game today. Now I know Florida. I talked about in my preview. They had a pretty lengthy injury history, or not injury history, but injury list. And you know what? I'm just about they're looking about as happy as this Gator. Now, I'm just poking fun at them, but I I didn't want to shout out their fans. Y'all's fans were absolutely amazing. Uh, First off, the Florida fans, every single Florida fan that I actually kind of ran into or talked to, just great people. I mean, they weren't like there was this their shit talking is hilarious. Okay, like they were making me laugh. Uh, they're good shit talkers in that sense. But as far as like just not being jerks, not being assholes, Florida fans, y'all are walking away pretty high on my list on this in that regard. Alabama fans, they were pretty good too. Uh, Georgia fans were all right for the most part. Now there were a couple instances here or there, but I did want to say y'all's fans showed up more than Georgia or Alabama. And Alabama in 2022, when we had the 20 to 19 loss versus Alabama at home, I mean, a lot of Alabama fans showed up for that game. I think there were more Georgia fans, or not Georgia fans, Florida Gator fans today. The Georgia fans, there were a lot of Georgia fans there. I really thought there was a lot of Georgia fans when I was walking through just the tailgating scene, and I really it was just there was just a lot of people and a lot of Longhorn fans really, and it kind of made the Georgia fans look a little bit bigger. The Florida fans were showing out today, and I mean, I walk up by the baseball field. That's where I usually like. That's the path that I'm walking to the stadium, and man, you got the Florida fans. They got this just giant ass tent, and they have this big, huge Florida Gator tailgate going on, and that's not all the fans. They got plenty of other fans scattered throughout other tailgates, but I mean they were just doing it different, and I just wanted to give a couple minutes to shout out them that for a 4-4 team to travel better than undefeated or one loss teams did that are top five teams or top 10 teams coming to DKR. I would love to see a situation where Florida is a top 10 team and they're traveling to DKR. That would be a fantastic matchup. Their fans that'd be fun. Uh, Now to get to what the game is and to stop sapping so much, and I did mean sapping as a combination of yapping and being sappy. Uh, it's my own little combination right there. But you look at this right here. Outside of Chimera Dyke, there or DK, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but there just wasn't being much. There wasn't much done, and that was all. On most of it was on 39-yard pass play. Texas 132 yards passing, 5.3 yards per attempt, two interceptions, 35.1 QBR. This Texas pass defense is legit. This is I'm very confident in saying that this is one of the top three defenses that you as a Texas fan. I don't care how old you are. Now, okay, let me take this back. Those take out the DKR days where you could have a six deep and you could there was no really recruiting limits on rosters, so it's a completely different world. Uh, sure, you know what? Sure, your defenses are going to be great then. Uh, but so in the post that era, you're going to be hard pressed to find a defense that is as good as this one. And if you do, it's only going to be one or two other ones. Uh, this is a legit defense that's going to take us to they're going. I'm very confident to say they're going to take us on the doorstep of winning a national championship, or they're going to win us a national championship. One of the two. This team, this I don't know. I just don't know how else to say it other than this defense knows how to play ball. They are very very good, and the PFF grades are coming out. I mean, you look at this. Like I think. Let me pull up one. Let me pull up the tweet real quick. So these are your starting defensive back numbers. Okay. Well, and I say starting defensive backs. You're also going to have Jelani McDonald and Angie Makuba. I mean, at this point, this is the luxury that we have. Who do you say? Who do you tell? Who does Steve Sarkisian go in there and look in the face and say, "Hey, between Taft, Makuba, McDonald, you're not a starter." Who? I mean, McDonald got the start today, but probably McDonald. But I mean, it's just what a wild world we live in, where we're this spoiled rotten. But so to get off that soapbox, 14 total targets, 4 total receptions between Barron, Taft, Makuba, McDonald, Gilbo, Muhammad. Those are our starting defensive backs. 14 total targets, 4 total receptions, 49 yards, 3 PBUs, and 1 interception. I like the pass defense is stingy. Uh, we I was kind of joking because I kind of saw that Vernon Broughton was starting to kind of gimp up a little bit. Uh, like first drive that he's in, and I'm like, man, what? That would just be the most Texas thing in the world to lose Vernon Broughton, to actually have him get injured while we're up 35-0, and the only reason why he's actually still playing out there on the field with the other guys that are all for, let's just call it for what it is, second and third stringers. The only reason why he's not really out there is because, and look, a couple stars might be in the, especially on the first drive, but you get what I'm saying. When he was out there playing throughout the second half, he's largely playing with guys that really aren't in the starting rotation that he normally plays with. And that's just simply so that he goes and gets snaps. Because you want him to get snaps no matter, like, even if it's a blowout. But I was just like, man, if we lose Vernon Broughton, that would just be the most Texas thing in the world to happen. Considering it wouldn't be needed at all. It would be the most unnecessary way that we got an injury. But going on over to the Texas side of this equation, let me just go ahead and so y'all can see the live production, because it's really not a good production here. Appreciate all y'all who are still here and still watching. If you're still here, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then comment down below. I can't believe I just now waited to say that, but I did. You got Quinn Ewers, 19 of 27, 333 yards, 12.3 yards per attempt. Woo! 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a 90.2 quarterback rating. Hey, Arch Manning truthers. Now look, I'm not talking. I don't want to actually look like I'm trying to talk crap about Arch Manning. Anytime I've ever even seemed like I'm trying to talk bad about Arch Manning, it's purely to defend Quinn Ewers, because people get out of line when they talk about Quinn Ewers. But for the people that want to talk out of line about Quinn Ewers, hey, don't, nope. You look at that QBR and you take it in, okay? You take it in. 23.8 QBR, 3 of 6, 19 yards, 3.2 yards per attempt. Not good numbers. Am I really even giving a shit? No. For those that are wondering, Quinn Ewers, his average depth of target, 9.4 today. Okay, 9.4. You got yourself a winner. The average depth of target went up from being in the 6.0 to 6.5 range. That was a big gripe from fans, so hope y'all are happy. And to be honest, y'all know I love DeAndre Moore. He dropped a couple. This day could have been a lot better for Quinn. Some people are saying, hey, streets are saying, word ear to the streets, Streets are saying that Quinn Ewers, this was his best day as Texas quarterback this year. Maybe I don't I wouldn't say of all time. That's not what other people are saying. I'm just going off on this other street that nobody else went down. Uh, Gunnar Helm, as always. There were four different. I'm just now noticing this. Four different Longhorns to get a receiving touchdown. Matthew Golden received two. Quintravian Weisner, Isaiah Bond, Gunnar Helm, and how about my boy Jaden Blue? How about my boy Jaden Blue? Gotta love it. 5 carries, 60 yards. Can we please get him some more carries, please? Thank you very much. Jarrett Gibson. Most of these carries were in the. See, this is. We're gonna have some honesty out here in a second. Honesty minutes here in a second. But Jarrett Gibson, while we're still gassing ourselves up here, okay. 16 carries, 100 yards, 6.3 yards per attempt, one touchdown. Jaden Blue did have a touchdown himself. Long of 25 for Mr. Gibson, long of 45 for Mr. Blue, long of 44 for Isaiah Bond. One rush, 44 yards. He did also have three receptions for 55 yards and one touchdown. Gunnar Helm as well, touchdown. I already went through all the touchdown receptions. Love to see it. DeAndre Moore. It is what it is. Hey, bounce back week next week. Okay, he dropped a couple touchdowns. let him go right through his hands. Not right there, but you get what I'm not trying to sit there and harp on the dude, but it is what it is. Anthony Hill led the team in tackles. Kobe Black is showing up and showing out. 6 tackles as well, 4 solo. He. No, that was not him. That was not him. I was thinking, was it Kobe Black that had the sack? No, it was not. That's Jalen Gilbo. Jalen Gilbo, what a sack there that was. That dude did not see it coming. Trey Moore, 2 tackles for loss. He recovered a fumble early on that I'm not sure if it was actually a fumble or not, but I'm like, look, hey, good day for Trey Moore. Trey Moore started out slow, just to say the least, at Texas. Is he out there getting as many sacks as we thought he was? No. Okay. Is he making an impact? Yeah, he's been making an impact all year long. It just hasn't been showing up in the box score. Now you're starting to kind of see it show up in the box score, and also you're starting to see a little bit of confidence out of Trey Moore. I like to see that. Okay. Colin Simmons is back to pressuring quarterbacks. Thank you very much. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Uh, Look, good day. Good day. Ty Anthony Smith, real quick. Ty Anthony Smith, love to see that, man. You are going to be a stud at Texas. Uh, Him and Anthony Hill both graded highest, I believe, tied for 80.3 off the top of my head. I don't have the tweet up, but if I'm wrong, sue me. Don't sue me, please. But Ty Anthony Smith over here, man, hey, good game from Ty Anthony Smith. Now, some of that was probably in the second half, but he actually was getting some run early on in the game, and he was looking good. Interception on his behalf as well. So, good day from the Longhorns. Go over here to the not the play-by-play, the team stats. Got to clean up third downs. We got to get better at third downs. There was a point. Look, I know that when we go over here and we look, it's like 5 for 11. Great. The problem is we went 4 for 4, and in times that it really doesn't matter. Let's just call it what it is. When we're up 35-0, like I'm pretty sure when we were even like it might have been 42-7, and we have a 1-7. I specifically remember looking up and seeing 1 third down conversion, 7 attempts. That's a problem. That's a problem. We got to clean that up. We cannot be, having third down inefficiencies like that against any team, let alone a team like this in Florida. Now I know Florida defensive team, SEC. I don't give a shit about that. I want to be able to go out there and play a team like Oregon. That's the standard. I'm like, look, you're either a playoff contender, a playoff team, or you suck. It is what it is. All right, one of the two. Uh, yards per pass as a team, 10.7 for Texas. We already gone over that. 210 rushing yards, 197 rushing yards. Texas has the lead. 352 total passing yards for Texas. 7 penalties, 70 yards. Got it. I mean, I was joking with the guy behind me, or joking around, and this is also to his joke. I mean, it's like, hey, we got it. Like, what's a game with Cam Williams without getting a couple false starts, right? What's a game without Cam Williams getting a couple false starts? And hey, still a first round tackle. Do not get it twisted. This is not crap talk. This is not crap talk. Big Cam Williams fan. Big dude. Watching some football over here. You got Notre Dame, Florida State, Alabama, and LSU's about to go on over there. So checking that out. Yeah, your Texas Longhorns got to win. Now we got to have some honesty. I forgot about this. A lot of those Jarrett Gibson yards came when the game is very far out of reach, like 35 points differential. We have a really hard time running the football right now, which is mystifying. Like I cannot believe we have probably, if not the best pass blocking offensive line in the country. One of the top 3 at the very least. That's the very least that you could go. But you're talking about as far as run blocking goes. Like, I mean, it's not where it needs to be. I was on the Get Your Horns Up with the Orange Bloods doing that stuff, and now I'm with Inside Texas. Go check out my Inside Texas articles. I would get into it with people in the chat because they'd be like, oh no, the run blocking was good for Bijan. Because I was trying to tell them, hey, the reason why sometimes Jonathan Brooks isn't popping a couple of these, or we're lacking on the goal line, running the ball on the goal line, is because we can't run block that well. They didn't want to hear it. And they didn't want to hear it that Bijan Robinson could have been a lot better if we had better run blocking. I don't know what I don't know what it is when the pass blocking is so good, but the run blocking is just it's not god awful, right? It's not horrible. It's not bad. It's just not. It's not great. It's not something that you're gonna, when you go and you put out a list of things on this Texas team, right? And you're like, things that you're bragging about, run blocking ain't up on top. It's just not. I don't know, but these guys they certainly can pass block, and I can understand why Steve Sarkisian would want to air the ball out more when you got a team that is not getting as much push in the run game as they are setting a pocket. So it is what it is. That was the whole honesty hour thing. I mean, the reality is Texas is going to have a hard time winning these tough games, winning a national championship without a consistent run game. You need to have complementary football to win games, unless you want to just go out there and blow the shit out of opponents by just being completely efficient passing the ball, which in theory sounds great, but hey, fairy tale world, wake up. It's real life. Real life has adversity in it, and sometimes to counter adversity, you need to run the damn ball. So we'll see how that goes. Want to see that improve for Texas, but you know what? Hey, we ate some fried gator today, okay? I actually did have some fried. Got some fried gator, okay? We ate the gators. Eating the cats, eating the dogs, and eating the gators. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a great day. Hook!